Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Daily Magic. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. Today's daily is the new one, at least, is to cast 20 white or green spells. Nice and easy. And we're going to use a deck that comes from Power Dragon. This deck is modified a little bit just for the number of certain cards to match the ones that I had. For some of them, I'm not willing to use wild cards on them at the moment. But yeah, so just going to go through the deck real quick. Llanowar Elves is here for some mana gen because we do have some more expensive stuff on the back end, but we're going to hope to try to cheat these out later on. We'll explain in a second. Pawpatch Recruit, just a great card, it can help buff up other creatures if, spells are being targeted, and more importantly, it can create a token. More on that in a second. Collector's Cage, this is the way we're going to try to cheat out our Craterhoof. Maybe copies of our Overlord of the Mistmoors, maybe Exalted Sunborn. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Shelter by Ghost for a bit of removal, though kind of the idea of the deck, as per Power Dragon's explanation, is that you're trying to take out your opponent before these really matter. We'll see. Voice of Victory, just for more token generation to kind of help with activating Collector Cage's ability. Just so we have more and more stuff on the field. And again, this creates 2 tokens with things like, if you have both Exalted Sunborn and Elspeth on the field at the same time, you're creating, 6? Twice as many, so you'd create, 6 I would assume. Unless anyway. It also has the nice effect of our opponent can't cast spells on our turn. Intrepid Paleontologist, for more mana generation. That's really the main thing. Toby, because if you have, how's his ability? As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens you control have flying. Fantastic. Toby himself will probably never attack, because he doesn't need to. We want Toby alive for that ability to trigger. Sandstorm Salvager. The main thing about this is when this creature enters, create a 3/3 colorless golem creature token, which could eventually be create more of this than just the one. Its other ability, pay 2 and tap this card, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature token you control. That is the other very important ability. And they gain trample. Fantastic. Elspeth creates tokens, but more importantly, whenever you create a token, you create twice that many. Fantastic. Same thing with Exalted Sunborn, but it's also a flying lifelink creature that can warp, which is really nice. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. So if you want to warp this out, when you have something like a Voice of Victory, or you have still enough mana to do your Pawpatch Recruit, with its offspring cost, there's options. Play a Sandstorm Salvager while this is out on the field warped, to get the idea. Overlord of the Mistmoors creates, most of the time we're probably going to be impending this, but if we ever have the mana just to play it, why not? But again, it creates 2 flying insects tokens. Do you get the idea? Dollmaker shop again, and potentially if we do have a lot of stuff on the field, we can open up Porcelain Gallery, maybe, and then Craterhoof. No introduction needed. So that's a brief overview. Let's go ahead and jump into some matches. I haven't actually used the deck yet, but I have used decks like this before, so I understand what is happening. There's a few more gimmicks, a few more mechanics to it if you want to try to maximize the amount of tokens you're generating, but ultimately just do whatever seems right is the way I look at it. Try to deal damage to your opponent, because the faster you take out your opponent, the better with a deck like this, so why not, right? But anyway, like I said, we're going to jump into some matches here in a few seconds, hopefully. See how it does. See how it does. This is taking a little bit longer than usual. Oh, there we go. Alright, first match. Phyrexian Plague Lord. Nice. I mean, that's a cool name. This is a bit of a brick, so I actually am going to mulligan this. Probably shouldn't, because we do have Pawpatch Recruit and Intrepid Paleontologist, so we do have some mana generation. You know what? I've talked myself into it. We're going to go ahead and keep this. Yeah, because we can impend our Overlord out on turn 4. with Intrepid Paleontologist, so yeah, I'm not that worried about it. Though, unless Phyrexian Plague Lord decides on their hand, we might just get a free win here. Sure, it'll be a waste of time, but which I do apologize for, but not much I can do about it. Anyway, how is everybody doing today? I'm doing alright myself, personally. Hope you guys are too. Alright, Plague Lord, come on, man. Or girl, yeah, whatever. I use that. I hope most people understand I use that when anyone is saying like, come on, man, that's gender neutral. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop talking. Has anyone else been like noticing this within the last few days? I'm recording this, back on the August 8th. So if anyone was playing Magic around that time, were you noticing issues with your opponents either not connecting, not being there, matches taking a little while to get going? Were you there for? Did you notice it at all? If you did, let me know. I'm really just curious. As it is, it looks like our opponent is going to rope out on their starting hand. Like I said, we're going to keep what we got. If they do start playing, I actually am going to be a little annoyed with them, just because, I have nothing against, the rage roping like during a match, but doing it at the very start when you're deciding on your 7 cards, that's when I have a little bit more of an issue with it. Yeah, haven't quite got past that yet. You know what I mean? But it kind of looks like our opponent's just not there. They're fully AFK. Which I get it. Yeah, if matches are taking a little while to get going, there's always a chance that, someone, locks in for a match and then they walk away. Something comes up and they can't get back to the game in time because maybe a match was found faster than they anticipated. Always a chance. Or I am recording this on a Friday. We have 2 days left for your 15 wins in a week. So I've heard this is a strategy some people employ, where they just waste time. They try to get into matches and then not do anything to get their opponent to just concede to get a move on. I don't like that style of play. I think it's really scummy. Yeah, I think it's really scummy, but it is what it is. Either way, I do apologize for the first match, nothing happening, but sometimes it happens. It hasn't happened in a long time though for me. Like, to be honest, I do not remember the last recording I did where an opponent was just completely AFK. So I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, it does seem like matches are taking just a little bit longer to load in. I don't know. I wonder why that is. Because usually we average around like 30 seconds to get a match. Today, this is 40 seconds now. The first match took 40 seconds to connect to an opponent. Maybe people just aren't around. I don't know, but that's 45, so hopefully this will be an actual match. And this is, I'm okay with this. We got some, I'm okay with this. Having more planes would be nice, but can't be too picky. Really? We got 3 of our elves. Just need another plane so we can start doing some stuff. White and black. Definitely have removal in hand. They have to, right? Tiny bones. Fantastic. We're gonna go ahead and just get out our other elves. Get them on the field. Why not, right? Probably gonna wait on the Sandstorm Salvager. Probably do Overlord of the Mistmoors impending cost next. Though, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would need 1 more to be able to just play it outright. Okay, so we're dealing with a sacrificial. Is this like a zombie skeleton deck? Is that what they're doing? Hello, Toby. Let's go ahead and impend. Really? Let's say, come on, man. What now? I don't like that. I know it's it's very cheap to do that. And it's because it only affects, huh. Well, alright then. It only affects things with mana value 1 or less, but that is a direct counter to any form of token deck. That is wild. Yeah, that's wild that we actually are going up against someone that had removal like that. I mean, seriously? Come on. Aerith, hello Aerith. Yeah, fully willing to make that kill. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, only having 3 mana to play with, that is annoying. I guess we'll do Voice of Victory. Gonna have to take her out somehow. Authority of the Console. That doesn't actually affect Overlord coming into play, thankfully, but yeah. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do Collector's Cage. Hope for something good. Okay, another Collector's Cage. We'll take the Elspeth. Do this. Onto you. Yeah, you do get the life. You do get the life for it, but they are tapped. But they're still attacking, so. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Really doesn't matter. Alright, now I can activate Collector's Cage to get my Elspeth. Unless they, yeah. I mean, you have to do that, right? Yeah, they got rid of all of them. Annoying. Annoying, but it is what it is. There, here. They do get some life back from it. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, you get 2 more life, I get it. That counters out the damage, though, because you can't block any of them. Let me guess, another... Oh, Kaya, okay. Surveil, or create, or exile. Gotcha. Sure. I'm okay with that. Another Elspeth. Though I don't really think it matters. Because, yeah, it's not going to activate its ability here, I don't think. Oh, well, there we go. Why didn't it activate the first one? Alright. Yeah, we were able to out-damage their healing. Wow. That was actually kind of wild. Alright, I'm happy with that. It was only... Was that... Well, we got 2 matches done. Yeah, the first one was just our opponent conceding. And the second match was an actual match, and a good one at that, in my opinion. So, I'm okay with wrapping up matches for right there. We do have a pack to open, but what else did we get? A card style was the last thing. Galactic Wayfarer. A card style for that card. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop over to open up the pack, and then we will wrap things up. Okay, just a rare, but that's fine. Kind of prefer rares at the moment. Nothing too interesting here. I wonder if there's anyone making a horrors deck. Because you have Peregree, Beckoner, you have Insatiable Skittermaw. Both of these are horrors. I don't know, I'm just curious. And look at that, Galactic Wayfarer. You know, when this creature enters, create a lander token. A lander token is that. Pay 2 and tap, sacrifice this token, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Easy enough. Alright, what about our rare? Pinnacle Star Cage. What does this do? Oh, it's this one. Whenever this artifact enters, exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 2 or less until this artifact leaves the battlefield. It's similar to temporary lockdown, except it only targets creatures and artifacts. It doesn't target enchantments. But for 8 mana, 6 white, put each card exiled with this artifact into its owner's graveyard, then create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each card put into the graveyard this way. Sacrifice this artifact. That's actually not bad, in my opinion. Because if you're able to get a lot of stuff exiled, you could potentially make a lot of robot tokens. So I'm sure this has a place somewhere. But anyway, that, my friends, is where we're going to wrap things up for today. So, if you happen to enjoy this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.